I agree. Let's do it. The Taiwan one. Biden threatens war with China over Taiwan.
Let me
He
set
does the
this up. The United States has historically warned China against using force against Taiwan, while generally remaining vague about how far it would go to aid the island in such a circumstance. Why do I bring that up? Well, because
I'm
there's
gonna
going to be
speed
World
this
War
up because
III,
it's
and
it's
Joe Biden is
major.
trying as hard as he can. And so we should laugh before that happens. Come see me do.
What does he not understand about preemptively stopping the invasion? Like if the US has this hard of a stance on Taiwan, China won't invade. If US showed like a soft stance and was like iffy and not like really sure, then there's more of a probability that China will invade. Why would you like even assume that being soft in that way is gonna reduce the chance of Taiwan being invaded, uh, or stop like a world war or whatever? I don't think China would invade Taiwan if it knew that the US would actually actively help Taiwan, not just send weapons, like actively help Taiwan. Uh, the Urdu coming out. So stupid.
Stand up comedy in Irvine, California on June 10th. We're going to Irvine. June 12th. Sunday. Irvine, it's a Sunday. We're going to Irvine. We're going to San Diego in July. We're going to Las Vegas. We're going to Salt Lake City, Indianapolis.
Oh
and
my
New York Comedy.
goodness! Shut
It's
up.
part of China. Hate to break it to everybody. And China will take over Taiwan whenever it fucking feels like it. Okay? That's just
China will fucking take over Taiwan whenever it feels like it.
a fact. And so
Oh, so just give Taiwan over to China, roll over.
we've always
That's
been
what
vague
he's saying.
about what we would do if China did that. If China went to
Still,
take
there's
over
the
Taiwan.
weird
Well, the whole idea is to
pointing
maintain the
thing.
status quo because that uncomfortable thing that like they could take it, but want so that everybody's had an effort to like not come out and say it, but sort of do it, and it was a delicate.
Oh,
real
Henkel,
delicate,
of course.
House of Cards, knife edge.
I don't know who the idiot in the center is, but we've got two idiots. One on the like well, two idiots that we know about. I don't know the third person. I was just hoping for one idiot. This might be a little bit too much. It might be above my pay grade, you know. I don't know.
Thing that just pushed it.
Well, here they asked Joe Biden. So here's what Joe Biden said last fall when they asked him about this.
What we see about Taiwan. We agree we will abide by the Taiwan agreement. That's what we are, and we made it.
1 second. I'm gonna be Azan for a bit. Just need some water. Is this? 1 second. I'm just checking some things. Just let's see. Now more of it is in this area. Maybe I can move this. No, this looks bad. Let's see here. If I go hit this way, whereas if I go maybe a little bit, I go this way as well. But then you don't see this, so. Uh, hmm. Oh, I need something for this one. I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to here. Just this, and here we go.
Clear that I don't think he should be doing anything other than abiding by the agreement.
So he says this is for last fall. He said they're going to abide by the Taiwan agreement. What's the problem with that? There's no such thing as a Taiwan agreement.
There
That's the
is.
problem. There's no such thing as a Taiwan agreement, let alone any sort of agreement on anything related to Taiwan. And who
There is an agreement between the U.S. and Taiwan.
said that? A guy named Lev Nachman. He's a postdoctoral researcher at Harvard's Fairbanks Center.
Are we sure he talked to Xi also? Did he just talk to some like guy? Oh, this joke's too good.
Yeah. So, and that's probably for the best, since our word means nothing and we can change it on the fly.
Leave it nebulous.
So, Biden says the U.S. military would defend Taiwan if China invaded. So that's a big deal. And here he is saying it. You want to see him say it?
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes,
You are.
that's a commitment we made. We support the one China policy. We support all that we've done in the past. But that does not mean that China has the ability, the jurisdiction to go in and use force to take over Taiwan. So we stand firmly with Japan and with other nations not to let that happen. And my expectation is it will not happen. It will not be attempted. My expectation is a lot of it depends upon just how strongly the world makes clear that that kind of action is going to result in long-term disapprobation by the rest of the community.
Boost Biden. Exactly.
Disapprobation. So I just
Are you
want
willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
he sounds like a 6-year-old, doesn't he? He's like, are you willing to get involved militarily? Yes. Are you sure?
How is this guy considered funny by anyone? Well, I guess he wasn't funny. That's why he couldn't be an actual comedian and ended up being whatever the hell this is.
Sure, honey? Yes. Did you brush your teeth? Yes. Did you brush your teeth? I lied. And immediately after he says this, because it's a big deal, we've never said we would.
Is this really supposed to be funny? I don't
What
know.
we would do. He said it. We're going to military. So when China does this, which they're gonna, he says we're going to go to war with them. That's what he just said. The president's declaration, offered without caveat or clarification, set the stage for a fresh tension between the United States and China, which insists that Taiwan is a part of its territory and cannot exist as a sovereign nation. It also surprised some members of Biden's own administration who were watching in the room, who did not expect him to promise such unvarnished resolve. Oh boy, they were surprised. Imagine if in the movie Weekend at Bernie's, I don't know, have people seen that?
The only time is when Biden just lets go of his inhibitions and becomes based.
That movie where they drag a dead guy around. Just imagine that movie. If Bernie got propped up and suddenly started talking about military intervention in Taiwan. That's how shocking.
If at the end.
Did that corpse just say we're going to go to war with China? Yes, that corpse just said. The White House quickly tried to deny that the president meant what he seemed to be saying. He needs a nap. He's cranky. As the president said, our policy has not changed, the White House said in a statement hurriedly sent to reporters. He reiterated our one China policy and our commitment to peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. He also reiterated our commitment under the Taiwan Relations Act to provide Taiwan with the military means to defend itself. And he did all that before his nap.
Yeah, that was the agreement, the Taiwan Relations Act.
I bet Jen Psaki's relieved not to have to feel this one.
Oh wait, these idiots are in. I thought it was like a video or something. These idiots are in with Demi Jor, Hinkle, and whoever that other idiot is.
Mr. Biden's comments went beyond simply reiterating that the United States would provide Taiwan with arms, because the question was posed as a contrast to what he had done with the Ukraine. The president made no effort to qualify what he intended when he agreed that he would, quote, get involved militarily, unquote. Made no effort? The president made no effort to qualify. Biden's just forming a sentence looks like tremendous effort to me.
The crazy thing about that as well is that since 1979, we've sent $70 billion in weapons to Taiwan already. And over the past year and a half, we have been covertly training Taiwanese separatists
Some more.
in a secret U.S. base in Taiwan. So him saying, we're gonna increase our involvement militarily, supposedly that would mean something different than what we've been doing, which would look like conventional conflict.
So you're saying we're
Send more.
already engaged militarily.
Yes, that
You're
was
supposed to
reported
talk
a few
about
months ago.
You're not supposed to talk about that, Jackson.
No, well, I mean, Biden's not. The whole thing is that it's a real awkward situation. It's like a real imperfect Roe v. Wade status quo that we, we don't want to revisit this right now. And then he just blew the whole thing.
I like how,
Yeah.
well, it's just funny that it's awkward. Like it has the same kind of seriousness as a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. It's a little bit more than awkward. Right?
Ah, this is boring. I don't know. Maybe we can look at some of the comments. Like, how do I summarize this? Demi Jor is just a stupid idiot who couldn't get into comedy. Tried to be like a left-wing thing. It might have been genuine at the beginning, like the liberal type of, not leftist type, but liberal type of thing. Saw more money in being like this sort of angry anti-establishment person. Then the money wasn't coming in as much, so he just started becoming more and more like right-wing. And I think he's just like a full-on grifter that goes after money and just does whatever the hell he's doing. And this Jackson Hinkle probably wants to be like Haas, and he has not the same sorts of problems, but I don't know how much of I don't know much about like Hinkle, how much he believes what he says, but I don't think Jimmy Dore really believes what he says. And it's kind of boring as well. Like uh Sam Cedar basically does a much better breakdown of these sorts of things. But we can read some of the comments. We're really in a world of hurt with this so-called president. Like, he's the president. Like, I guess it's like one of those Trumpers that think the election was stolen or something. I don't know. When not Biden, Burden speaks of the Taiwan agreement, he was referring to the one China policy that the United States agreed to in the 1970s. No, I think he means the agreement between like the United States and Taiwan, where United States would provide Taiwan with military aid. Like they mentioned it later. Profit should never come at the cost of human blood. Any government that places profit before its people is pure evil. Where the hell does profit come in all of this? I don't know. Please stop criticizing Joe Biden. You're hurting Kyle Kalinski's feelings. Oh my goodness, these people are like, yeah, that's what you can do. Just laugh at their stupidity. Because he's been so right on Afghanistan and the Ukraine, not Ukraine, the Ukraine. And he has been right. He was right to go out of Afghanistan, and he's right in what he's doing in Ukraine. He literally has been right on it. It's funny how Jimmy is almost the only person talking about common sense on this stuff. Ah, why? If we depend on Joe Biden's expectations, God save us. This is just getting more and more boring. I'm getting more and more sleepy. Ah. Okay, this is not much more to add here. Matt Walsh